Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a DIY Dollar Tree Fishbowl Snowman. And this is a collaboration with Teresa Branham. I'll link her channel in the description box down below. First thing you're going to need is 3 of the fish bowls, 2 of the large, 1 of the small, some fleece scarves, a hat from the ornament section, 1 orange pipe cleaner, some of these jewels from Halloween, this gluing device, and this blue thing here, and what you do with it. And if you wanted to use frosted glass spray paint, you can as an option. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the fish bowls. I'm going to remove the stickers. What I decided to do was I have these alcohol pads that, because I, test my blood sugar, I put 1 alcohol pad on each sticker, which by the way was the perfect size. And I let it sit for just like a few seconds. Actually, yeah, it was a few seconds by the time I got around. And then I took an old credit card or a club card or whatever you want to use, and I scraped the sticker right off. Just gave it a little rub. It came right off. Then I just had to go back with the alcohol swab and just attack some of the glue that was left over, but it just came right off. Sort of like, why didn't I think of this 8,000 stickers ago? But before I get into any more of this tutorial, I wanted to tell you about Teresa. Teresa has a wonderful channel. Teresa loves to do Plan With Me's, Dollar Tree hauls. She does DIYs and stuff too for the holidays. But she's really, if you guys like planning, and she's really big in planning. She does like a beautiful work. I don't know, she's amazing. And I'm gonna link out just her video in the description box as well as her channel. Okay. So besides just peeling the stickers, I wanted to make sure that I took the alcohol and I rubbed all of the finger oils off, especially the one that we're going to use for the face. But I wanted to make sure that all of them were clean inside and out, because once you put these together, you're not going to be able to clean the insides of them. Just for future reference. So you want to make sure that they are super duper nice and clean inside, as well as out. Out makes it easier for the glue to stick. Now I am just using Gorilla hot glue sticks. This was inspired by a gift I was given about 15 years ago from Homemakers of America, and the lady there made it, and it's absolutely lovely, and I've had it out every Christmas for the last 15 years. I think it's probably lived longer than 15 years, but I will say 15 years to be generous. The only thing that has come apart on it has his hat. His hat has been removed since. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create his nose. And the one thing that I want to say was I got these pipe cleaners at the Dollar Tree a long time ago, and they occasionally do have them sort of in the kids crafty section. But pipe cleaners aren't that expensive usually, and you only need 1 orange one. But if you have an alternative for a nose, I was actually saving the plastic candy filled carrots from Easter, but it accidentally got thrown out on me during a spill. But what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping it around my finger in a conical shape, and I'm tucking the tip of the nose into the cone and the end of the other end in to make a flat surface for it to glue onto. And it's just going to be a little springy nose. And you kind of want to land this in the middle somewhere, but depending on what kind of snowman face you like if you like those cute snowman faces that actually don't have mouths and their noses are kind of a little low and they have big eyes, those are really cute. And that's totally doable. This is where you get to design your input. The original had 2 big black rhinestones for his eyes and 5 little rhinestones for his mouth. But this package only had big rhinestones. So I just wanted to show you could use 3 big ones for his mouth and 2 for his eyes. But I didn't want it to be exactly like the one that I had. So I'm just going to use the black for his eyes, and then I'm showing you 5 here. And then I'm going to draw on his mouth with a Sharpie. What's great about that is that if in years I want to change the expression on his face, I can always take some acetone or something, or rubbing alcohol sometimes, and take the Sharpie off and then redo a new face. So I'm just showing you, now that I have the nose on, design how you want the eyes to be. You know, do you want them to be close together? Do you want them to be far apart? As you see me holding the snow globe and moving the eyes around to try to find my design, and I found where I liked them. So I glued one and then matched the other one on the other side. And again, I told you I'm using the Gorilla Glue sticks, but I know that they didn't have these when she created this, and I know she used E6000 because she was teaching us how to use it. So if you feel more comfortable using E6000 or any of the fix-all adhesives from the Dollar Tree, please feel free to do that. I have stuck to the Gorilla Glue sticks, and to be honest with you, even the one she gave me, I never pick it up by its head anyway because I'm fearful that it'll come apart. And I store it in the tote that I store it in, and actually it's in the gift bag that she gave me it in. She gave it me in a gift bag wrapped in bubble wrap, and I store it back in that gift bag every year. So now that I have his face on, and I just took a Sharpie and I just drew a squiggly little mouth with little corner flip ups, cheek marks. I decided on the black hat from the Dollar Tree because I really wanted to use the blue snowflake sweater. And I really could have gone a little bit more rustic with it. But you'll see in the end, the one that she gave me, he has like a black sweater with a candy cane. So I kind of wanted like the black hats to match or whatever, just so that they look a little bit more like they were trying to be a set. But the only thing is, and this is a mistake that I see a lot of times, and it's not a mistake necessarily. I'm sorry, that was rude. This is something that I see that doesn't look right to me from time to time, is that the brim of this hat is too small for all of these snow globes, these snowmen, these fish bowls, excuse me. So I'm taking my craft mat, the extra craft mat that I bought. I used some of it in the tutorial for the snow globe, the personalized snow globe, which you guys will see tomorrow night. But I'm just going to make a bigger brim is all I'm going to do. Is I ripped off the brim that came with it. And you don't even have to rip off the brim because they're black on black. I could have just left it. But what I did was I found a nice big plate that I put on the the fish bowl to make sure it was the good size. And I traced it around on the mat. I did white here so that you guys could see it on the camera. Actually, so I could see it too. But you can see pencil on here if I would have, or pressed pen hard, that would have worked too. So, but then I'm just going to cut it out and I'm going to replace the brim of the hat. What I originally wanted to do was to make it open. The hat on the original snowman is made out of felt and it's soft. It's almost like a floppy fisherman's hat. And it sits on the snowman's head. And I was like, oh, if I make a hat with an opening, it could sit on the snowman's head. But I actually think like they just look different enough. So I skipped that step and I just said, you know what, let me just make a regular top hat. And I ripped the bottom off, and the ribbon and the dressings came with the bottom. So all I did was reattach them to the foam part of the hat. And see, just fit them back on. Yours might necessarily not come off. I mean, this was just the way that the person at the factory had glued it. And now I'm just going to glue the new brim on. And I was contemplating like whether or not I should put the snow on the brim. And that I didn't feel was a necessary step. There's enough snow on the top of his hat that it looks like. And I pulled the hanger out, and I pulled it out gently so you cannot even see that there's a hole there. Now, as far as the way the snowman, I'm trying to lay it flat so you guys can see what I'm doing, but it's too bottom heavy. It kept wanting to swivel. But the way you construct your snowman is really entirely up to you. Like, you could have turned his head upside down. The only thing that I will recommend is the fact that his base, the way we glue his base is the best way to do it. This way you're not stuck with any openings. Now, the one that she gave me was 3 different size fish bowls that were from Michael's ages ago. So if you see the inspiration piece and you think, oh, I would much rather have a bigger base on the bottom, then go ahead and do that. And also hers is frosted. So I'm going to tag it on the end so you guys can see what it looks like, frosted glass. as opposed to the regular clear glass. And I wanted to be able to have both. So what I've done is I've taken the two bottom globes that are the same size and I've glued around the rims and I've matched their openings, their rim to rim. Okay, so it's going to sit on a flat base and the head will sit on a flat square, a flat base as well. So what we're doing here is we're going to make his sweater. And if you saw in the picture on the thumbnail or in the beginning that he's got his cute little sweater on. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of fabric and I've cut the width of the scarf and I've cut 12 inches long. Then I folded it in four, once lengthwise and then once widthwise. And from the raw edge in, I went 2 inches. And then from the cut edge up, I went 3.5 inches. And I cut this rectangle out to make the notches for his sleeves. Then I went from the folded edge, which is basically the corner there, and I cut a little slit about halfway up his sleeve, and that made the hole for his neck. And I'm sorry my original cuttings got lost in the film. I didn't have the camera on, and I apologize. So then when you open it up flat, you can see that there is a sweater in the making. So decide which one you want to be the front or the right side, and then glue on that side. So I want this that we're seeing to be the right side, and I'm going to put the glue on the very edges, pretty much where we cut up that rectangle. So you're going to go up the side and then down to the edge of the sleeve. And you're going to do that on the, I did one side at a time so it wouldn't get hard and dry on me. And then I folded it back onto itself. And for some reason, they didn't line up. But that's okay, because you can adjust it. And then I went ahead and I did it to the other side. I went up the side. And you want to get as close to the edge as possible without gluing your table, which of course I did, but that's okay. And when you really want to wait for this to be cooled off before you turn it inside out, this is kind of really important because it may come apart once it goes onto the fishbowl. All right? Yep, see? Glued it to the table. You always wait for it to dry and then it comes right off. All right. So now I'm going to turn, oh, by the way, I used regular hot glue for this sweater. So now I'm turning it inside out. So the right side is on the outside now. And just adjust your sleeves. Everything should look like a cute little, quick little sweater. Now the sweater that she had gotten at Michael's was for a teddy bear back in the day. And it's a Christmas sweater. So we're just going to put this on our middle section of our body. Make sure you have enough space to glue your head. And you want to make sure that the shirt is out of the way, the collar is out of the way when you glue his head on. Now you just put a generous amount of the Gorilla Glue on his head. Give it a little shimmy and there you have it. And again, if you want to use the combination of E6000 and Gorilla Glue or E6000 and glue sticks, go right ahead. Just be mindful of what you use and how long it lasts. I was thinking at first I put his head on crooked, but then I realized I could just turn his sweater. So I thought he needed a scarf, so I went ahead and I found another scrap of this piece of car cloth, microfiber, soft cloth from the Dollar Tree that I thought he could have a furry little scarf would look cute. So I'm just going to cut a strip the width of the fabric, about a half an inch long, not very long at all. And it didn't have to be neat because I'm going to tie it in a knot, so I didn't worry about it being perfectly cut. And then I crimped I pinked the edges with my pinking shears, which that's optional. You don't need to do that. You actually don't even need to have a scarf. Like I said, yeah, a scarf is optional. Sorry, Jim walked in the room and opened his soda. Did you guys notice that? And there he is. He's cute. He's jaunty. He's not finished. When I was given the gift, I was instructed to put twigs in his sleeves every year. And you can find twigs with little hands if you want to, or you could just find twigs, just like a regular snowman. Those were his instructions. But I have never really put them in there. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like with the twigs in. And here he is with his little twig arms. And here he is next to his inspiration. See how cute it is with the little sweater? He really is cute. So I wanted to make one and show you guys how to do it. And here he is all alone by his lonesome. So I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family and anybody you know might be interested in making one. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe, join the family. When you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And as always, take care, God bless. See you next time. Bye.